Welcome to 12 Leg Journey.
We're a couple of dinks in our mid-30s with 2 Yorkies and a severe case of the travel bug.
Follow along with us as we explore 48 states in 48 weeks. We'll be posting daily shorts and weekly long videos highlighting our travel within each state on Fridays.
Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we're going to tell you about tips and tricks we've learned to not getting kicked out of a rest area. We've been we've been full-time in RVs for almost 7 years now.
Yeah, a while now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long. And for the last 5 months, we've been doing 48 states over 48 weeks. We're right in the middle of it. We're moving pretty much every day, so we've spent a lot of time in rest areas and rest stops at various states throughout the country, a lot of them with no overnight parking or a 3-hour time limit.
Yep.
And so far we've been lucky, knock on wood.
Hey!
And never got the knock that everyone
Everyone dreads, babe.
the dreadful knock. We're gonna go over what we've found works best for not getting kicked out.
Well, our first tip is to park away from the building. So you don't want to be so far away that you're on like either end of it, but a little more in the center, just not a spot that is clearly visible, I know, for everyone to see that, oh, I'm parking here overnight.
Well, and not blocking people that are coming and going constantly.
You don't want to block people that are coming and going. That is too good of a way to stand out, and you don't want to stand out at all.
So the next one is stay contained in whatever your vehicle or trailer. Don't spread out. Don't put your lawn chairs out. Don't put tents up. No shade. Just stay contained in your little spot. You're here to rest, not to camp.
Yes, and if you look like you're camping, you're going to get kicked out. Most of them have a no camping policy.
And having stuff out and around your trailer draws all sorts of attention to it.
The other thing to do is to be quiet, and also a huge part of being quiet is don't play your loud music. Now you may think it's the best music ever, but I can guarantee no one else at the rest area thinks that.
And your bass. We don't want to feel it either.
It's just, basic common sense. Anything that'll draw attention to yourself, just don't do it.
Right?
We want to be the gray man. You want to be silent and you want to blend in.
So next on our list is don't be out there trying to beg for money or out there trying to sell anything to anybody. Just limit your interactions. You don't want to be out there, it'll draw attention. If you're out there talking and asking for things or trying to sell things to people, it'll draw attention to yourself.
And the prostitution is obvious. No one's convinced that you're trying to sell pizza as opposed to anything else, so we saw that and it was not convincing.
I'm sure you have the best arts and crafts there are and everybody should want to buy them. The rest area is not the place for it if you want to stay there.
Another important thing is to limit your trips to the bathroom. When you're kind of contained like us, but we have no bathroom, you're gonna have to go here and there, but we also have bottles and things to help with that, so it's not every couple hours we're heading over there. But that draws too much attention to yourself. People are gonna start questioning if you use it as your own personal bathroom as opposed to using it as a public space.
Well, and a lot of the places over here on the East Coast have attendants.
Yeah.
And so if they see your face over and over again, they're gonna start realizing that, oh, you must be out there. When you're trying to stay at a rest area, it's not the time for attention. Another thing is, if you travel with your partner, it can be quite frustrating, especially when you're stuck in a small place together.
You love spending all your time with me.
I do. There's no one else I'd rather spend my time with. Don't be out there loud fighting or arguing. And the walls on your car or your trailer are thin. Yes. Everybody can hear it. So if you're yelling at each other, everybody's gonna know. And it makes everybody else uncomfortable and it's gonna draw attention that you don't want. So if you need to fight with your partner, take it outside of the rest area because you'll find yourself kicked out.
Yeah, one of the rest areas, well, it was a Love's we were at. There was this couple that was fighting, yelling and screaming. The funny thing is, I thought that it was two women because of how high-pitched the guy's voice was, but it drew so much attention that eventually the people in the gas station came and kicked him out and told him to move along.
And they were shocked that they were told to move along.
Like we all didn't know what was going on. We were all just staying in our cars and avoiding them.
Making a scene is not the way to stay anonymous and for no one to notice you. Figure out your problems quietly amongst yourself.
And if you can't, stay home. Don't travel together if you need to fight everywhere.
Right?
The travel life might not be for you.
Yeah, you definitely have to like the person you're traveling with.
So the next tip should be very obvious, but it's clean up after yourself. The restroom attendants or the rest area attendants aren't there to be your personal mates. So any trash you have, take it to the trash cans.
Don't be throwing cigarette butts on the ground. There's no need to be throwing them on the ground and making a mess.
No, and that'll get you attention really fast and kicked out just for being disrespectful. Because again, it's a public area, it's not your personal home. So if you want to be a slob at home, do that. But the rest area, probably be the neatest you've ever been in your life. Don't leave any trace that you've been there.
So another thing, the last real big one is rest areas are not the place for drugs or alcohol.
No.
If you're drinking while you're at the rest area, it shows intent that you're there to stay. You're not just there to rest. By drinking, you're saying that if you leave, you're gonna get a DUI.
Yeah.
So you're obviously meant to be there for 8 to 12 hours because legally that's time frame. So don't be drinking. It's not the place for your weed. We can all smell it. I know you think when you close your doors, no one else can smell it. We can all smell it. Your perfume isn't covering up anything. Makes for a perfumey skunk. We can smell it through the whole park. It wafts.
Yeah, and it's great whenever it comes in like to our trailer through the fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, we don't smoke weed, so it's very obvious to us and probably everyone else there that's not high. Be smart. If you have all these habits that you want to do, just do them at home.
Yeah, and that includes other drugs too. When you're sitting there rocking back and forth, throwing your head around in the driver's seat of your car.
Oh yeah.
We know you're high.
Or that one lady that left the rest area to go get her meth.
And then came back and was doing that.
And it was so obviously high. I mean, she was in her passenger seat, but come on now, you're still gonna get arrested for DUI for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was rocking all over and hitting her head against the window.
So don't be drinking, no drugs while you're at the rest area or you will get kicked out.
Well, but that kind of attention, it's gonna involve police more so than just being told to move along.
Yeah.
That's gonna have way heavier consequences than just, you've been here longer than 4 hours, okay, then you just move along.
And we can all tell.
Yes.
Everybody can tell. You are not that subtle with your high or your drunk.
No, the sober people can tell.
So in general, the attendants really don't care that you're there.
No.
And the rules are only there. We've talked to a lot of attendants along the way. The rules there so they can kick you out if you are acting a fool. They don't actually care if you stay there overnight.
No.
They don't actually care if you're there more than 2 or 3 or 4 hours, depending on what state you're in. The rule is there for when people are being idiots or if you're trying to move in. Don't stay in one for multiple days.
Just do a one-nighter and that's it. Move on to the next one.
Move on to the next place during the next day.
Don't make it look like you're trying to move in and live there.
At the end of the day, it's not there to be a home. It's there to rest. As long as you're respectful, no one's probably gonna care.
Yeah, they really don't.
But if you do get the dreaded knock, move along quietly.
Be polite, say okay, don't make any sort of scene. You just pack up quickly and you move along.
Because if you do make a scene, it'll be known. And you might find yourself having more struggles at other rest areas along the way.
And if we get that dread knock someday, we will just move quietly and politely.
We hope this video helps some of you. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
And good travels. Well, we got the dreaded knock in Rhode Island, but it's a very odd story, odd circumstances.
Yeah, so Rhode Island, we were at the Welcome Center just on the Connecticut side of it. And in Rhode Island, they don't have any time restraints on how long you're allowed to be there or anything. So we didn't expect to have any issues because we'd only been there 8-9 hours when it happened. We expected we'd be good for 24. But it was 2:30 in the morning and we got a pounding on our door. and the rest stop security guard told us that we had to move because they needed space for the trucks, and the truckers had a right to park there.
And the truckers had a union, which I'm not sure how that was related, but okay.
But whatever case, he wouldn't let me get a word in edgewise to explain or discuss it. He just very much was talking over me anytime we tried to talk. And so we moved, but as we were leaving, I noticed there were still 3 or 4 empty spots. He had told us that we could go move to the car parking spot, and we were welcome there anytime. But the car parking spots were all diagonal, and they were too full for us to try to fit our truck and trailer in. So we ended up just moving back to Connecticut for the night.
So the signs, whenever you go into this rest area, we were parked the area that said trucks, RVs, trailers. So we were in the right spot, and the car spot very clearly said cars only in big letters. So I'm not sure why he thought we were in the incorrect spot.
We ended up back in the area 2 days later, so I stopped in and got the phone number for their supervisor, because it's a third-party security company that manages the security at the rest area. So I got their supervisor's phone number and called him, and the security supervisor was quite displeased and said that he will be re-educating the guy because we had every right to stay there. Oh yeah, and the same security guy, every man that walked into Welcome Center building, he'd call them over and in hushed tones tell them to make sure they raised the toilet seat when they were done in the stalls, and it was just weird. The security company supervisor was not pleased about any of that. It seemed like a complete just power trip.
Well, yeah, and I wonder how many times he'd done it, because he was so brazen. He waited till 2:30 in the morning. He'd been there for hours. So it's like, if you want us to move, you could have told us long before then.
Yeah.
If we had done something wrong, I can understand that. But there was nothing to target us for.
Yeah, and so it was a night that we were not expecting to knock. We moved on with life.
We did, we moved on. If y'all ever encounter such a really odd situation that really shouldn't have happened, feel free to go and call supervisors.
Yeah.
Because it was very out of line. So whenever the security guard told us to leave, we left. We didn't cause a scene. We're like, okay, well, we can't really get a word in edgewise, so I guess we're just gonna leave. Even if the circumstances are ridiculous, just keep yourself together and it'll go a lot farther in the end. Life is a one-time journey. It is better to stumble and trip through your own unbeaten path than to wake up one day old and gray, having never ventured from the sidewalk. Kyle Sickles.